Hey guys, welcome to My Sew Bliss. Today I'm so excited to be partnering with Cricut and bringing you a tutorial on how to use their vinyl on fabric. I'm going to be showing off all the different types of vinyl that they have that you can use on fabric and showing you which ones work with which projects, when you want to pick one over the other, and really just walking you through all the steps that it takes to put vinyl on fabric. This is going to be a perfect tutorial for any beginner who's thinking, do I want to even get a Cricut machine? Anyone who just got their Cricut, or even someone who has been using their Cricut for a while and just wants to learn a few tips and tricks. I'm so excited to be showing you all these fun projects and giving you lots of ideas on how you can use your machine. So let's get started. To put vinyl on fabric, you're going to want to use what is called iron-on vinyl. Now, there are lots of different kinds of this, and Cricut has a few different ones that will work for different reasons, different projects. So I really want to show you today what you can use. The ones that Cricut has is the Everyday Iron-On, the Express Iron-On, the Sports Flex Iron-On, and the Glitter Iron-On. All of these vinyls are very similar, but they do have some specific differences that you want to make sure you use for the right project. So let me show you a few of the projects I've made with each one and tell you a little bit about them. The first vinyl that I want to talk to you about is the Sport Flex Iron-On. This vinyl is perfect for activewear. It's great for team jerseys, anything that you're working out in. It's something that's going to be really lightweight, because you don't want to add on weight to your activewear. You just want to make it light and breathable and flexible. So I have this sweatshirt kind of thing. I usually just wear this lounging around the house. Sometimes I do yoga in it in the winter, but it's more of a lounging thing for me. But I just really liked the Sport Flex vinyl on this, because it is really lightweight. Like I said, I didn't want anything to bother me. I just wanted it to be relaxed and very chill, but also very flexible. This fabric is great in stretching, and it has the Cricut Strong Bond Guarantee, which means that it's gonna last about 50 or more washes, which is really awesome. I don't know if I've ever washed this that much. So I'm really excited about this one. Another really great thing about the Sport Flex Iron-On is that it's really good for polyester or nylon clothing. And this vinyl is a really great one to put on those thinner, lighter weight fabrics that you're gonna be using when you're doing something active. Now, obviously it can be used anytime too, not just when you're working out or doing something active. Like I said, this is a loungewear outfit. So I just really like how lightweight it was, and it worked really well with this type of fabric. This is a nylon poly blend, so it was a perfect combination for this. The second vinyl that I want to share with you is the Glitter Iron-On. I love this one. I love how it turned out on this Cricut blank. This tote was just a blank that Cricut sells to go with the infusible ink, which I'll talk about in a minute, but I wanted to use it for other projects as well because they're just so amazing, and why try and make it when I can just buy it and then add my own flair to it? And that is exactly what I did with this glitter vinyl. Glitter or any thicker vinyl could be intimidating, but Cricut makes it so easy. When you get on their design space and you go to cut out glitter, you can just click on the Glitter Iron-On so your machine knows exactly what it is cutting out. And then it will tell you what blade you need, if you need a specific mat, and how to put the vinyl on the mat. That one is so helpful to me because sometimes I get confused on what side is up and what side is down. But you don't have to worry about that because in the design space, it tells you exactly how to put it in. Now, the major difference between these vinyls is going to be the temperature that you press them at and put them on your project. So I was using, like I said, this canvas tote. So I put that in. I will put a link to the Cricut Heat Guide. That is a lifesaver for me because I can just pull it up on my phone and plug in exactly what I'm using. So for this project, I plugged in Glitter Iron-On and then put in the canvas tote. If I wasn't using that, if I was using like a shirt, I could put in a polyester shirt or a cotton shirt, something like that, and the glitter vinyl, and it would tell me exactly the temperature and the amount of time that I need to press it at. And it's on there. It's stuck on there. It looks great. I'm not worried about it coming off, and it just sparkles and shines, and I just am so happy about it. The third vinyl that I want to share with you is the Express vinyl. This one doesn't look too different compared to some of the other ones, but this one you can weed and apply it up to 2 times faster than the other ones. So if you're in a rush, you just want something quick and easy, this is a great option. And let me tell you, weeding this was a breeze. And weeding it, if you are a beginner, is taking your tools and when it's on the mat, picking it out. And that's all weeding is. Kind of like if you're picking out the weeds from your garden, you're picking out the parts that you don't need. So I just weeded like the wings on this bee, and I did that really quick, and then I was able to put it on. This is another Cricut blank, and it's the pillow sham, and I just love how it turned out with this Be Kind. But this vinyl is so soft, and again, like I said, it weeded really quickly, and the amount of time you have to press it is not as long. So that's just a nice feature and something to think about when you're making your project. If you want to make it really fast, that's a great option. The fourth vinyl that I want to tell you about is the Everyday Iron-On vinyl. And this one, I haven't made the project yet because I want to show you guys exactly how you're going to make this. And I want to take you step by step because all of these, they all use the same steps, but some of the little things are going to be different, like the temperature, like I said before, or the amount of time you put heat on it. But really, the cutting of it is going to be the same. You just have to tell your machine what kind of vinyl you're cutting, and that way it knows the pressure and how to cut it out just right. So I'm going to show you how to use this Everyday Iron-On, and I'm going to be using this Cricut blank with the t-shirt. Why make a t-shirt when Cricut has made it for you, and then you can just spice it up and do it yourself? I love it. It's going to save me so much time. So I'm going to show you how to use this Everyday Iron-On vinyl and put it on this shirt. Now, there's a couple more things that I wanted to show you that you can iron on to fabric that are amazing to use. And I wanted to show you those real quick before we go over and make our t-shirt with that Everyday Iron-On vinyl. And that is the products that you can use with the Cricut Joy right here and the infusible ink. This little machine is just the best. I took it on a trip with me. It was the perfect little machine to bring in the car. It didn't take up a lot of room. The supplies didn't take up hardly any room. And I was able to get some crafting time in on my vacation, which was really nice for me, very therapeutic. So it was just what we needed. And one thing that they have come out with, that Cricut has come out with, is the Smart Iron-On. That's going to be a vinyl that you can iron on, but you can cut it on the Joy without a mat. And that is really handy, like I said, if you don't want something to take up a lot of room, if you want to take it on vacation, if you want to leave this one in your kitchen and this one in your craft room, it's perfect for that. This is great for labeling all the things. I made some baby onesies with this. So many cute things. I made pillow sham cover, decorated it with the bees to go along with my other pillowcase cover. I did all of that using this Cricut Joy. So it's just such a handy machine and so nice, doesn't take up a lot of space, and it's really nice not to have to cut with a mat. Now, the last product that I want to tell you about that you can put on fabric is infusible ink. This stuff is so much fun. As you can tell, I love it. I made this shirt with it out of one of the newest prints. These are their transfer sheets. You get a 12 by 12 sheet of this pattern or whatever pattern you get, or you could get solid colors, and then you can just cut it with your machine, and then you use your easy press to put it on, and it turns out like something like this, and it's just so fun. I love how vibrant the colors are, and the patterns that they come out with are just getting better and better. So many fun projects you can do with this. The infusible ink is the reason that Cricut has all these blanks that come out, because you do need to use one of the compatible blanks with the infusible ink to get this bright, beautiful color and to get it to come out. So you can use it on a tote. They have shirts, they have onesies just like this. They have little kid t-shirts. They're constantly coming out with new things. So make sure you check that out, because infusible ink is so fun and I just love it. It's a perfect way to put it on fabric, because you put it on and it doesn't just sit on top of the fabric like the vinyl would. The vinyl just sticks and bonds to it on the top layer, but the infusible ink actually infuses itself into the fabric, so that way it just looks like it was printed into the fibers of it, which is just mind-blowing to me. I love that I can do this at home and style and make any kind of t-shirt that I want, simple or intricate. So this is such a fun project. Another thing with the infusible ink is that you can get their markers and you can either draw it yourself or you can put it, there's an option to actually place the marker in the machine on the A clamp and it'll draw something for you, and then you can fuse it on just like this baby onesie. So like I said, you can stretch it and it just looks like it's infused. I mean, it is infused into this fabric and just looks so cute. So this is my rainbow baby onesie, and like I said, this shirt, I just love it. So now that I've told you a little bit about the different products that Cricut has that you can put on fabric, let me show you how you're going to do that. So let's get started. So the first thing that you want to do is go to the design space and design what you want to cut out of vinyl. So here I just went to text. This again is on my iPad, so it might look a little different on a computer, but I went to text and just did maker, and then I put some images in of a sewing machine and some scissors. I just thought it'd be fun on a t-shirt. And then I just picked the two colors because I'm going to use this pink and this yellow. And so I just went in, and if you click on them, you can choose the color. And that way, when you go to make it, it's going to group those two together. Because they're yellow, they need to be cut together, and then this one is going to be cut differently, and it'll give you two options of cutting. So that might be confusing. Let me show you. So I have it all ready to go. I made sure it's the right size. So now I'm just going to hit make it in the corner, and like I said, see how it shows that one's on one, and then it actually broke it into three. So because they're bigger pieces, the sewing machine and the scissors, and then here's the pink one. So one thing, especially when you're using the iron-on, you need to mirror it. And it does say right here, mirror for iron-on. So it's a good reminder, and I just like to go through and make sure all of what I'm cutting is clicked for mirror, and that way it'll flip it so it's gonna look right on your shirt. Once your machine is synced, it will then go to this page, and so it says material is set on iron-on. And that's only because the dial over here is set to iron-on. Let me show you. If it's on custom, it'll actually bring up, these are some favorites that I've saved, but usually I just go to popular, and a lot of things are right there. But then I can go to all materials and click whatever material you are using. So I'm just going to go to everyday iron-on, and then it tells me exactly what I need. So no tool is required in clamp A. Okay, got nothing in there. And then I need to load the fine point blade in clamp B. So I have loaded my fine point blade, and then I'm going to load my mat and press load/unload. Perfect. And also one thing I missed up here to show you is you want to make sure it tells you, gives you a little warning, make sure mirror is turned on. Got that. And iron-on material is face or shiny side down. So that's what I was telling you guys earlier. So let's take this off, open this up, and get it ready. So here I have my yellow vinyl, which is the one that's going to cut out first. And I'm just going to line it up with the grid marks on my mat and lay it flat. Now, if it seems to not stick very well, I do need to clean this mat, but if it's not sticking very well, sometimes I like to just put a little piece of tape in each corner, and that will hold it down really nice. So I think I'm going to do that right up here just to be safe, because it has that intricate sewing machine it needs to cut out. Okay, so I'll just put a little piece right here, and that's just going to hold it in place for me. And I don't do that every time. It's just a little thing that I like to do, so that way I know it's going to stay in place and not move while it's cutting. And if my mat was clean, it probably would be better. So now I'm going to load it into my machine. Now it is ready to go, and I'm just going to click. It's even flashing for me, so I know exactly what to click. And now I'm not going to touch it. The machine is going to do its thing and cut it out for me. Now, once it's all done cutting that color, I'm just going to hit the unload button and take that off, because now it is ready to cut out the next color. And I'm going to set that one off to the side for a second, because now I can load my hot pink one. And again, I'm going to load that with the pink side down. So we want white side up. With the pink one ready, I can hit the load button, and now that one is ready to go. Now on my screen, it's going to make sure that I'm still using that same material. So I'm just going to go back and find the everyday iron-on. There it is. I'm just using regular, so nothing fancy. And now it's ready to go, and it's flashing to hit the go button. So now the pink one is done, and I'll unload that and do the yellow one again. Once you take the vinyl off of the mat, we're now ready to do the weeding process. And like I said before, that's just taking out the extra vinyl that you don't want to use in your project. So if you kind of look at it, you kind of got to get the good lighting on it. You can see where it was cut out. So here I have my sewing machine down here, and then the scissors are right up here. So I'll just cut the scissors out. And the only reason I'm cutting it out is so that I can save the extra pieces of vinyl for another project. So there's my scissors, and my sewing machine is a lot bigger. I want to make sure I get the whole thing. I'll cut that out real quick. So now I have these extra kind of weird pieces, but those can be used as scrap pieces for another project. So now I'm going to lay that out, and I like to just start in a corner where there's nothing going on, so that way I can just get a little chunk of it. And this is, I'm getting a chunk of the vinyl, and I'm going to pull it away from the clear piece on the front. And that's going to be taking away the vinyl that I don't want. So I'm weeding out the pieces that I don't want, and I should go a little slower. There we go. Especially once it gets pretty intricate, you want to go slow, make sure you don't rip it accidentally. So now I have the outline of the sewing machine. So I'm going to go around and take out all the little pieces now. So now I have my sewing machine all weeded. I'm going to do the maker in the pink, and then the scissors in the yellow. And then I'm going to show you how we're going to put this on our shirt. Once you get all your pieces weeded, you're then going to iron them on to whatever you're using. So again, I'm using a Cricut blank, and I like to go to the Cricut heat guide. I just look it up on my phone, and it tells me exactly the temperature that I need my easy press to be at. So I just put it at 315 and set the timer for 30 seconds, because that's how long the everyday iron-on vinyl will take. Now if I was using the express vinyl, it would actually be 3 110 degrees Fahrenheit and only 15 seconds. So that shows you one of the differences in these vinyls. So the first thing I want to do is actually heat up my surface, and I'm going to do that for 5 seconds. So I just count to 5 in my head and let that sit for a second. I'm actually going to do over here as well so that it's ready for the scissors as well, because I'm going to do that right above the maker. So once that is ready, then I like to take my piece and kind of line it up, make sure it's going to be right in the middle and down far enough for where I want it. And then I place it and stick it on. And I'm actually going to place this one too at the same time. And I don't want to put it over this protective sheet, or this yellow vinyl is going to get fused to that protective sheet. So I'm actually going to go just under it and place it just like that. So even though I won't be doing that part at the same time as this, I just like to see where it's going to be. So now I'm ready to take my Easy Press and place it on this side. And I just place it down, push down firmly, and press the little Cricut C and do it for the 30 seconds. And then when that is done, I'm going to take it and actually flip it over and do it for 15 seconds on this side. So I just keep it as it is and watch it go down for 15 seconds, and then I'll move it. So now I have those two pieces done. I'm going to leave the clear protective sheet on there for now. So that way if my Easy Press touches any of this vinyl, it won't bother it, whereas if I move it now and it touches it, it will melt it. So now I'm ready to place this, and actually I need to warm this area up for 5 seconds. Okay, and now it is ready for me to put this on there. So again, I'm just going to center it and make sure I like the placement of it. And place that on there. And now I'm ready to put it on. And then once your project is cool to the touch, you can start slowly peeling that off. Make sure all the pieces are coming off nicely to the shirt, not to the clear protective sheet. See, and that just looks so good. A piece of hair got caught in there. Lovely. Okay, then let me start on this side for this one. So I just like to go slow, so make sure I don't rip anything and make sure it's on there nice. And I didn't miss something. I love this, the feel of this vinyl and the beautiful color. It's just this matte, beautiful. I love it. Okay, and it came out beautifully. So now it is all complete and ready to be worn. I love it. Okay, so here is my finished shirt with that everyday iron-on vinyl. I'm really happy with how this turned out. It's so bright and fun, exactly what I like. And this vinyl also has that strong bond guarantee that Cricut has, that it will last up to 50 washes. And it just is so nice, so beautiful. Like, I could just sit here and pet this vinyl. It's just smooth and buttery, and I love it. So I'm so excited with these projects and how they've all turned out. I'll leave links to pictures and all the products that I've used down below, so make sure you go and check that out. I'm also going to create a graphic on my blog that will show the differences in all the vinyls so that you can easily go on and see, okay, for this project I want to use this kind of iron-on vinyl. for this project I need this kind of iron-on vinyl or this kind of infusible ink. So make sure you check that out. Again, the link will be down in the description below. I hope you guys enjoyed these projects. I know I had a lot of fun making them. So make sure to give this video a thumbs up and to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!